What is going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Dent Digest live show. So we've got a unique show here. We got a couple guys here. But I want to get into, I missed last week's show. I was super sick. I'm sorry. I had a lot of you guys reach out. I really appreciate it. I appreciate the love and the worry about, the coronavirus, something like that. But anyway, all jokes aside, I'm going to have Ray Sapnew on next week. He got pushed back a week just because obviously I was sick. We do have a couple events coming up. We've got the tech meetup this weekend at John Scotto's shop and the tech meetup in Nashville, which hopefully all you guys that are in Tennessee are doing okay from that massive tornado. We're thinking about you through that. And some of that hail looks terrible. You've also got the glue pulling event, which is the Friday before at Kiko. They're doing a glue pulling training, training class. And then you have the Anson open house on Saturday. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure you go down, sign up for that stuff. The glue pulling class should be really, really good. They're also doing IMI that Friday also, the same day as the glue pulling and the day before the Anson open house. And I love the Anson open house. It's a good group of people, new tools. We kind of talk. There's a food truck. It's just a really good time. It's a far trip for me, but it's a great time. So I want to introduce the guys I've got on here. Got Benny Miracle, my buddy Benny. Don't be so shy. I mean, look at the camera.
Hey, everybody.
We got Keith Miracle, the magic man. Don't mind his nose. He got hit with a shovel. And we got Tanner.
What up?
Romance right here.
Hello, everybody. Right.
So, hey, I had my first experience in 18 years today, too. I was at a customer's house fixing a car. And I got bit by a dog. You guys ever been bit by a dog while you're pushing dents? I mean, what the hell was going on?
I don't like dogs.
So what's good, Benny?
Everything's good. We just got done working. We had 16 cars at one of our facilities, and we tried to get them done in time so that we could.
Yeah, they were like, we're going to show up at 8:30. I said, no, you're not.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
We were hustling.
So we're going to bring some tools on.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do a live unboxing real quick. So I got a box 2 days ago. I haven't opened it yet for my good buddy Chad over at Endeavor Tools. Thank you, Chad. I got a feeling I know what it is. I kind of did the whole shake and trying to hear what the tools were. So we're gonna do a live unboxing right here. And there's a story to this package. We don't need any of this. We don't need any of this. Look at that.
Yeah.
The crown jewel tips.
Yeah.
So there's a story.
One of my favorites.
I purchased these at MTE, and my good friend Bjorn from Belgium wanted a set, and Chad came to me and said, hey, can you get these to Bjorn? It costs a fortune to ship it over there, so I just gave it to him, and I'm just getting them. So thanks, Chad, for getting me some of these tips. And if you guys haven't tried these tips, they're badass. I've got one of them. I don't have the whole set, but I love his crown jewel.
Yeah.
I told you to buy the crown jewel.
I
There were
bought it
two
and
tools
got
that
it.
I said, hey, you need.
And I use that tool daily.
So if you don't have them, Endeavor Dent Tools, I'm going to go through all of mine real quick.
There
And
you
then
go.
you guys can
Get
just
some.
do your thing.
You know what?
So I brought these on a couple weeks ago, and I'm in such love with these things. Like I said before, I told my wife that I would sleep with them in bed. So these are the Guard Tech gloves made with goat skin or leather or something. They're absolutely amazing. Good padding, really, really comfortable. They breathe really well. They're awesome. I mean, I was just telling these guys, and Keith said, I don't like gloves.
No, but they have the open fingers.
Something about these gloves, it's just they're just comfortable,
Yeah,
you know.
I'm a glove guy. I like gloves.
So, and the last one here,
You don't want gloves, do you? Yeah.
it's got those soft hands though.
Yeah.
Tanner Romance.
Tanner
The
Romance.
romance.
Soft hand.
Put the love on it.
The Stanliner sword, the beast of a tool. Little larger. When I first picked it up, I was like, man, that's awful big. But Bryce Kelly uses it, so I'm buying it.
Yeah.
Right?
You know,
Hey, Bryce
Yeah.
used
but it's
it.
been
Yeah,
a
he good.
it's been a good tool. Bedsides
Yeah.
kind of slides in those new Fords where they're really tight at the top of the bedside. Stand ladder stuff's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty
yeah.
good stuff.
Yeah.
So sword tool. So I need to get to the comments. You guys, you're gonna go with your tools.
Okay. Well,
Benny
I only
is up.
brought one. I've only brought one, and this was given to me as a gift at MTE from a dear friend of mine, James Lee.
Mr.
And,
Lee, he was sick as a dog from MTE too.
Yeah. I hope he's feeling better. I love James with all my heart, and he gave me this tool. And again, bedsides. It walks creases. It does everything. I thought Stanliner was a gimmick.
Does it walk the crease by itself?
Oh yeah, I wish it did. But hey, little wrist. Well, I got sore wrist, but you know what? This thing did some creases like I've never done before. I posted them on Instagram, and yeah, this thing. It doesn't matter. You can use the tip, the sides, the edges. It doesn't matter where you use it. We worked. Me and Tanner and I worked on an aluminum hood, and this thing got in places I never thought it could get in. And that's all and today, this is all I used was one tool. It just,
You fixed every car with that.
yeah. Hold on. Let me give Mr. Reaper his props. I used his Reaper rods to finish the dents. Them sharp tips, got all those little micro lows and everything for me. But today that Stanliner tool was my go-to tool because I got stuck with all the creases today, and it worked out pretty good for me. Yeah, James Lee, big shout out to him for his lights, Reaper and Stanliner, PDR Finesse. I love all my tools. I'm getting better with them, but I'm used to shy away from creases. Now I enjoy them. I like creases. No zipper effect, no high spots.
Mr. James Lee's in here.
It's
Is it?
just,
Yeah.
well, hey, James.
James.
Thank
Love
you
you,
for,
brother.
I love you. Hey, thank you for this tool. Yeah, James is a dear friend of mine, and I can't say enough about him. He's just always been a good egg to me. So
Don't get teared up.
I know.
Yeah.
He's getting teared up. Look at this
Yeah.
guy. You got a tissue, anybody here?
Another big shout out. Sorry. Another big shout out is to my wife. Without her, this couldn't have been all possible. She put me
None
through
of this.
school. Yeah, none of this
None
would
of
have
this.
been without her. She always finances my get rich quick schemes. And hey, still not rich, but I enjoy what I'm doing. And I can't say enough about my wife, Jill. She's a good egg.
She is.
She is.
My mom's solid.
I don't know how she deals with your ass.
Oh, I don't either.
No, she
Yeah.
deals with both of us.
Yeah, she deals with a lot.
Benny needs some tissues.
Oh, man. Hey, I'm
Look at this
sorry.
guy.
It just means a lot to me that, I got James in my corner. I got my wife in my corner. I got all my friends. Stop.
I love you, Dad.
I got all my friends in my corner, and I got all the support from everybody around. There isn't a tech that I can't reach out to. Steve Brown.
Mr. Brown.
I just, you know what? I can't even name every Manny's PDR. Let me see. Sean at Wichita Dents. Shane Champ from Dents Right out of McPherson, Kansas. Anytime I get stuck somewhere or need a hand, they're always right there for me. I love this industry because I can call anybody at any time. And that's another part of my story. May I share it?
Go for it.
When I got out of school, I went to Ding King.
So we're going into Benny's story here. We're gonna figure out.
What about
Figure
my
out-
tool?
Yeah, you gotta.
I'm sorry.
You got
I don't
skipped.
mean-
He's
I'm
trying to.
sorry.
We got all
I'm trying
night.
to get skipped on my
All right,
tool
here.
session here.
Here's your tool.
All right. You guys all know what this is.
The
This
Reaper.
is the
John
Reaper.
Vidine's Reaper.
John
Yeah.
made a killer tool. A1. They shipped it to me. I freaking love A1.
Love A1 too.
Yes.
A1.
So this tool right here, I use it daily. It's really well used, and yeah, sturdy. Maybe not so much for the
Relax.
beginner techs.
Why are you nervous?
I'm not.
We're all nervous.
What do you like about that tool?
Well, so when I first started, I was scared to push like
What are you
most
scared of?
techs. I didn't want, well, cracking paint was my biggest thing. You know, I'm not trying to damage the car. I'm trying
If
to
you're not
repair
cracking paint, you're not making money.
Well, I'm not making money. 'Cause I
I'm
ain't
poor
cracking
then. But no, I love this tool because I mean it gets into places. It does majority of my stuff that I need to do for finishing. I even start with a lot of this, you know, especially bigger stuff, because it got the sharp tip. Things just killer. I love it. I bought the whole set. I made Tanner. I said, "Hey, you don't have this, you're losing."
When you don't work for us anymore.
Fired. No.
And you know, he's got some really good stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of his new stuff. I mean, Ryan Bunsen here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
He came
Ryan.
out with his tears and
Shout
the
out to Ryan.
you know, he's got some really good stuff. I really enjoy the chameleons
Yeah.
from the
Yeah.
Dent Reaper.
Yep.
That's a really good tool.
This tool just it does everything. I mean, I literally use it every single day. Every day.
He finishes up all the dents I can't finish with the Reaper.
because you can't see.
I can't.
He's getting old, but hey,
Yeah.
he's still pushing. I don't
Still
care.
55
Hey, you're
and
right.
Still
He
pushing.
still runs with us. So
Yeah.
you know, everybody who knows us knows we run hard. So
We're on.
but yeah, this tool, hey, big shout out to the Dent Reaper, man. Dude, this tool is
And
my favorite.
I've said this before. We are so lucky in this industry to have manufacturers. For one, this is made by Dent Guy. There, all these tools, almost all of them are made by Dent Guys. You got James Lee with every light.
Yeah, James.
James Lee's set the par for customer service.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, no way. The best customer
Unbelievable.
service in the world.
Yeah.
We're just lucky, period, in the industry. How these guys are Dent Guys, then they transition like James out of the pushing dents every day to building a tool company
Mhm.
and stand behind their shit.
Oh yeah.
They don't have to
Yeah.
Oh no.
because we're not easy on any of our tools.
Oh
No.
no.
They're
We-
falling off cars. They're smashing the ground.
Yeah.
You know, it's
I still have my Rev 1 version 1 light that
So do I.
he ran over with a truck on the YouTube video, and I just had to have one. And that I still have it.
Yeah.
I still have that light. They finally broke it. The kids finally broke it.
you know, it's
Finally.
After
It's-
We're not even going to send it back to James
we're
because
just lucky.
it lived its life.
We're very lucky that we have guys in the industry that can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You
the
know.
first light I started on.
You know.
Yep.
So what do you got?
Oh,
What do you got?
Let's swap
he
this out.
beats
Mr. Romance.
He beats death or
I
beats
don't-
dents into submission with this thing.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
So this is my go-to tool for like fenders, quarter panels. It's a double bend PDR finesse. I mean, it just really helps with the body lines.
That's because it's 3
Great
inches,
tool.
3 inches thick.
Yeah.
He only has to drill half inch.
He's driving a
Different
1 inch
manufacturer.
hole.
Yeah, you get
He's
the
got a
top
1
end,
inch hole in there. We got this.
Manufacturing.
Whatever it takes to get the job done.
And
Right.
that's a beast.
It is.
It's
It's
yeah.
That's a number. 14.
Yep.
It's a PDR finesse.
That was the 14th one ever built.
yeah.
It isn't heavy.
Oh,
It is
So-
a hand-me-down from a good tech.
You know, what'd you guys think of MTE this year?
oh, phenomenal. Yeah, I had a
Always
good time.
It was busy.
Busy. Yeah. I always get to hang out with your coworker or your whatever, Shane. He's a great kid. Shane over there on the
He's
back,
always in the back.
background. He's always in the
we're-
background.
He's my filler. If we have a show that somebody cancels, Shane's coming on, and you're gonna see
Oh,
a boy
yeah.
with the reddest face you
Uh,
could ever
Really?
see. He is gonna be Mr. Red Faced.
You would think he does it all the time.
He's one of the best kids I've ever met, though. I enjoy hanging out with him. He's always down for anything, and he always comes up with some crazy ideas in the middle of the night to go do. It
And we
don't matter.
fulfill those ideas.
Yeah.
We
Hanging
get
out
them
with
done.
him. We don't see you much because you're always off doing Brian stuff.
I'm
But
doing Ryan stuff.
this
You are.
kid, he's down for
He's
anything.
gonna make it.
Yeah, he's
sleeping.
gonna make it.
You got one of the best teachers in the game, man.
Nah, way.
Yeah,
I
he's
can't
a good
teach.
kid.
I could just push dents
Yeah.
Hey,
some
that's
days.
what we all do.
Some days.
Yeah, me too.
So let's get into you.
Okay,
so-
well,
Nice and easy.
I
Smooth and
got.
grooving.
Let's
So how
see.
did you get into this? What made you want to get into paintless dent repair?
I jackknifed my boat trailer into my wife's tailgate on her truck. And I don't know if you've ever seen my wife's truck, but it's a monster truck. So I took it to my brother's shop and I said, hey, I don't want to take this to a body shop because they're going to blend. And I said, you know,
You're like,
this isn't, this is a
she's
real,
gonna kill me.
this is a real thing. So I talked to my brother. I said, hey, he goes, oh, there's a kid out there, a Chinese kid outside. He's got a line board or whatever stuck on the side of the car. You can't miss him. Tell him you're my brother and he'll fix it. So I said, okay. So his name's Magic Mike. And I said, okay. So I go out there. I go, hey, Magic Mike, I'm Benny. I'm Ralph's brother, which is my brother's name. And he said, I said, I got a tailgate dent. My brother said, you can fix it. And he goes, $85. And I was like, you haven't even seen the dent. He goes, I seen it when you pulled in. I was like,
We've been there.
because yeah.
Now I can see
My
it
little
everywhere.
10-year-old son, Benny, he always says, Dad, can you do that one? I'm like, no. He's like, what about that one? So now it's a family thing. We all look at dents. Everywhere I go, I stare at dents. I'm a dent junkie.
It ruined
And,
car shows for me.
If you're a dent junkie and you need a fix, call Elite PDR.
What is this like? I'm gonna hit for advertising right
We're
now.
just kidding. Don't call us. We got too much work.
We
It
don't-
don't matter.
Yeah, please don't.
Please
call
don't
us.
call us. Anyway,
So
uh,
he fixed your tailgate.
he fixed my tailgate, $85. So I said, hey, do you mind if I watch you some more? And he goes, yeah, I got about 30 door dings on here. Yeah. So I watched him and the dent went away. And I said, hey, I got $4,000 in my pocket right now. I haven't made it to the bank, but I'll pay you to teach me how to do that. And he goes, I can't do it. And I was like, look, I'll go to the bank and get a couple more grand. Teach me how to do this. I really want to learn how to do it. And he wouldn't teach me how to do it. I said, well, can I ask you some more questions? And he goes, sure, shoot away. While he was working these dents out. And I was like, okay. I said, how much do you make doing this? He goes, I do cash deals only. I do $500 a day. I'm golfing by noon every day. I was like, oh, I don't want to golf, but I don't want to work all day.
I want
And
that life.
so then I said, hey, I can manage probably $10,000 if you can teach me how to do this. He said, no. I said, why? He goes, I just don't need the competition. And, you know, it's I said, I'm going to learn how to do that. Well, my wife moved me to Pennsylvania. I was a stay-at-home dad, and the kid started school. Little Benny started school, and she goes, what do you want to do now that he's in school? Because I have to work. I've always had a job. I've always been busy, and I just couldn't stay at home anymore. So I said, I really want to do this PDR thing. And she goes, you still want to do that? I said, yeah. So she found a school, the Ding King, and we flew in there. It was a package deal. And out of 16 of us that went to school, I kept in contact with everybody, and only 2 of us stuck with it. So I called my buddy in Canada, Wyatt. His name's Wyatt Hain. He's a great tech. I said, how are you doing? He was HVAC certified. And I said, you gave up your career to do this? And he goes, yeah. And I said, I kept telling him, man, he was just a good, fine young man. And I said, hey, man, stick with it. We're going to make it. We're going to make it. And he goes, I called him a couple months later and he goes, hey, man, our shop did 85 grand this month in hail. I said, well, I want to learn how to do hail. And he said, well, I'll see if they'll let you come in. Right. And well, long story short, they didn't want me to come in. It was Canada. Your dollar's not worth as much as ours. So anyway, I was making $65 a week. And I was borrowing $100 a week in gas from my wife. Well, 4 months into it, my wife sat me down and said, "Hey, you need to rethink your career because we're going backwards on this deal. You're making $65, borrowing $100 from me a week in gas, and you're not even paying me back." I said, "I will. When this gets big, I will." And for every 5,000 failures or no's that I got, I would get a $65 dent. And then I ran into a big dent and I didn't know who to call. So I called Mickey at Ultra Dent Tools because I had ordered a couple tools thinking that if I bought this tool, it'll make me a better tech.
Yes.
It doesn't work like that.
No.
I had to struggle. My first big job, I did this guy's show Subaru and I hacked it all up and it had to be in a show on Monday and it was Friday. I walked in the house, told the wife, my customer's unhappy. He wants his car painted. So I contacted the body shop and said, the body shop of his choice. And I said, "Hey, can you do this? It's got to be in a show." They said, "Yeah, we can do it. It's going to cost this much." So I had to borrow again from my wife. And then the next big dent I got, I'm skipping around here because I don't want to get on this, but we fixed his car. He gave me a review, said Benny can't push a dent for anything, but he did give it his best try. And I left that review there forever. And so I called Mickey at Ultra Dent Tools, and she said, "Here, take this number down if you have any questions." So I call this James kid, and I said, "Hey, I got this big quarter panel dent. What do I do?" And he said, "Here's where you start." And he started giving me pieces to the puzzle, and I got the dent out. And I was like, "Oh, I still have the picture of the dent." And so every time I get struggling with a dent, I call this James guy up, and he tells me how to do these dents. And I'm like, okay, well, finally, I meet this James guy, and you're never going to guess who James is. His name's James Lee. I didn't know who James Lee was. So then I bought a James Lee light because I had a fluorescent light from Ding King with a little piece of pinstripe on it. And that's how I messed up everybody's cars. But this James guy kept walking me through these dents. And I got better and better and better. And I just kept getting better. And then
I got to shout somebody out.
Yeah.
I don't want to cut you off, but I don't know how long I'll be in here. Shane Roses.
yes.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you did not
I
see
love
that
Shane,
repair
man. Shane
The
is-
Porsche?
that Shane just did
Oh,
on
yes.
that GT3 quarter panel,
Yes.
Phenomenal.
He's a phenomenal tech and
Really,
a phenomenal
really
human
good.
being. We were
took
on
him
the
2
way-
days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I watch his stuff religiously.
Yeah.
But
Jay,
Shane,
yeah.
you did a really good job, dude.
Yes.
I mean, it looked really good.
Yeah, big shout out. See,
Yeah.
I want
So-
to name all the techs. I talked to Shane. Matter of fact, Shane and I have some business in California. I just haven't been able. I'm Mr. Mom again. Imagine that.
So get back on your story.
Anyway, so this James guy. Oh, shout out to you, Shane.
There's Rock.
So this James guy walks me through this stuff, and I just kept getting better and better. Well, I'm still not making that much money. So I do this guy's Porsche. He goes, "Can you do this car?" He goes, "It's one of 3 in the whole world." I was like, okay. And I'm scared. He goes, "Here it is." So first thing I do is I'm big on access. Access, access, access. I can't say that enough. If you ain't got good access, drill a hole. No, just kidding. Just kidding. If you have access, it makes your success on a dent just that much better.
Or drill a hole.
Or drill. Okay. Anyway, my last resort. But
Hey,
I was not
did hear
allowed
that
to
James
drill
Lee
on this
did sell out
car.
of Unibits
Oh, I believe it.
I was
at MTE.
Oh no. Anyway, I wasn't allowed to drill on this car. And at this point in time, the guy goes, "Can you get the dent out?" I said, "Well, let me try." He goes, "Okay, well, this is one of 3 cars like it. So then I go ask Frank Ziegler at
There's James.
I asked Frank Ziegler at this exotic car lot in Phoenixville. It's Ziegler's Exotics at Possum Hollow. Nicest gentleman you ever met. The only place I would ever take my Ferrari or Lamborghini to ever. I would, you know what, if I needed it worked on, I'm not going to send it to a Ferrari store. I'm sending it to Frank's.
Yeah. Ferrari
Anyway, Ferrari Frank. So I asked this, who is this guy? He won't leave me alone. He's over my shoulder. He goes, yeah, that's a really special car, Benny. And I was like, all right. So I put a tool in there and I got it out, and he was so amazed. And he goes, hey, can I have 50 of your cards? I said, no. He goes, why? I said, because I'm poor and I have to pay to have these out. And I said, I'm a guy. What we do with business cards is we put them in our wallet till our sciatic nerve starts hurting. Then we empty them out and throw them in the junk drawer. We don't really use them. That's what guys do. Anyway, he goes, no, I'll pay you for the cards. I said, all right, $15 at Vistaprint to get my cards made up. So he goes, give me 50. I belong to one of the largest Porsche clubs in the United States. I said, okay. He goes, I got a friend of mine. I'm going to tell him how impressed I was with your work. And I was like, okay, I got lucky, but let's call it good. And he goes, okay. So he paid me for the dent, paid me for the cards. I gave him the 50 cards. And he said, I'm going to have this guy contact you. So I'm sitting by the phone for 3 weeks waiting for this phone to ring, and it didn't ring. So I go back to knocking on doors and putting cards in people's windshields and just beating the streets, man. I wasn't getting a dent. I just couldn't get them, you know. I was doing the $65 a week. And then I'd get that look from my wife again. Hey, rolling her eyes. And then 3 months later, I get this phone call. And this guy goes, hey, is this Benny Miracle from Elite PDR? I said, yeah. Oh, by the way, I got to shout out to James from Ding King. I have to give him this. He gave me the name. Everybody had a name picked out for their company. And he gave me this name. I couldn't pick a name. I couldn't pick a name. So I kept this name. It's, you know what? We're not elite. We're just a little dent company. We're trying to do big things. And so I get this phone call, and the
Benny
guy
is
says,
emotional tonight.
It's a
I
good story, though. I mean, we really wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my
don't
mom
get to
and
share
Andy.
this story very often.
Well,
So
it's a good story.
Yeah.
this guy calls, and he goes, would you like an account? And I said, sure. And
Can we say his name?
huh?
We should say his name.
Oh, yeah. So his name's Jay from Dentology, and he gives me a call, and he says, hey, man, can you go down to this facility and meet with the manager? I said, sure, I can do that. I like meeting people anyway. So I go down there, and I meet the guy, and he goes, can you do a dent? And I said, not very well. He goes, can you make it look better? I said, sometimes. And he said, how long you been doing this? And I said, not very long, but he goes, what do you have to offer me? I said, I can get up every morning. I can come down to this lot, and I can try, and I promise to get better. I'll suit up and show up every day you need me. And his name's Anthony Puccio. He gave me my break. And then 3 months into it, I started getting better. And he goes, you know what, Benny? I like you so much that I wouldn't even care if you could do a dent. He goes, you buy everybody donuts in the whole facility.
Well, see, I think there's some people in here that don't know you that well.
Okay.
Your personality is different than most. You kind of welcome everybody, and it's just different. Your personality is very welcoming, very easy to work with.
Okay.
So grab the tissue.
I know, dude. I'm just saying. I apologize.
But no, really, it's just something about your personality is just easy. You know what I mean? It's just kind of easy flow. You welcome everybody. Doesn't matter who you are. If you see this guy at MTE, the easiest guy you can talk to. Now, his son, on the other hand,
Oh, yeah.
I don't
A little
know.
rough around the edges.
You know.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to get into this real quick while we're here. First time I meet him, 100% judge this guy. 100% judged it.
You're the only person in the world who's ever
Oh,
judged me, Ryan.
yeah.
But let me tell
I
you,
still judge him.
we talked for 15 minutes. And what did I say to you? I said, I was wrong.
You're like, I'm sorry, man.
I looked right at him and I said, you're wrong. I was wrong. And he's like, for what? And I said, I judged you.
Yep.
And he's like, it's okay.
Yeah. Happens daily.
Right.
But you know what?
You called me.
Yeah.
He called me and says, how's your son going to take over your accounts?
Because I care. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's-
yeah. And
Yeah,
you
I
know
mean,
what?
I'm fully tattooed, man.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
tattoos on my face.
Well,
Nobody in the PDR game has
No.
tattoos on their face.
yeah.
Maybe there may be one or two.
They got a chin. I think Chris.
Oh, yeah, Chris. Oh,
Yeah.
Chris Whitaker. Oh,
Chris Whitaker.
Yeah,
He's
that's my
tattooed down.
boy.
Yeah.
I
But,
love Chris.
You know, that's in our, we can kind of get in our how we all met too. But
yeah.
I want you to finish. One thing I
Yeah.
want to say real quick, and I posted this the other day. Vincent Rios is in here, Puerto Rico, sends me a message,
Oh.
says, hey,
We'll be there.
stock up on alcohol. So you guys, 91% alcohol right now is extremely hard to get.
So Puerto Rico, they got alcohol. We're going there.
Yeah. we'll
Next
be there
week.
Hey, we'll be in Puerto Rico, the whole company,
Yeah.
11th to the 16th.
Well,
So
link
stock up on
with
your
us.
91% alcohol.
Yeah.
we're not doing dents in Puerto Rico.
No, but we'll hang out with you. You come hang out with us.
You
So
come
go
hang out
ahead,
with
keep
us.
rolling on your
Okay, so I lost track of where I was.
Puccio.
Oh
Puccio.
yeah, so I started doing dents with him, and he goes, "You got some days coming ahead of you." I go, "What's that?" He goes, "You got 300 lease returns. Are you going to be able to handle that?" I said, "Yes, yes."
And that's what Benny does.
Yeah.
He says yes to anything.
I do, yes. Anyway, on the way home, I get this phone call from this kid. He calls me, says he found me on Craigslist. He knows how to push. And I said, well, come over and let's see if you know how to push. And he started working with me. He's not here right at the moment. Another story, another time. He's a dear friend of mine. He's a real good friend of the family. He helped me get through this turnback season, and we did it. And I came home with my first paycheck after splitting the money with this kid.
He bought Matchbox cars.
I had a $2,500 check. I thought, oh my God, I'm rich. $2,500.
I'm just reading these comments.
Oh.
I love you, James.
I do too. I love you, James. I can't say enough
Both the
about
Browns.
James.
I love
Yeah,
you
both
guys.
the Browns. Every tech that knows me and I know, I
My
love
whole
all
family
you
who's in
guys.
here. I love you all.
Everybody. They support us
So-
through all our crazy shit.
How did we meet?
Huh?
How did me and you meet?
We met at Mobile Tech Expo. I still have the original picture.
Yep.
Yeah.
I used to hear Dave O would always be like, you got to meet Benny from Elite PDR. He's doing this, he's doing that. I'm like, yeah, I don't know Benny. How can you not know Benny? I'm like, I don't know. And then we meet at MTE, and that's it.
Friends
Yeah,
ever
I've
since.
been friends ever since.
You've come down
hold
here a
on,
couple
it
times.
Hold on. No, it gets more. So he helps me get through this. I got $2,500 and I'm thinking to myself, I'm rich, yet I still didn't pay my wife back. I didn't pay her for that. Yeah, I apologize. That's what you get for being married to me. But the next check, we got another check the next week, and it was like $8,000 after split. And I was like, oh, shoot, I'm really going to get rich. And then it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then finally I was like, oh, shoot, I want to do this forever. And so I I still haven't paid my wife back, but I'll get you. I got you. Hey, if you're listening, I got you. Yeah, she's just always been there for me, and she's always supported all my get rich quick schemes, and she's just always been there. Then I wanted to start doing bigger dents because I watched a couple podcasts saying you can't make money off of door dings, and I want to call bullshit. I still do door dings. I prefer dings.
I would love to have some dings.
I love dings.
We just don't get them anymore.
We don't get them anymore because, well, we ran that cow dry.
They're like, oh, you can do big dents.
So yeah, we started doing larger stuff and getting better. But before these guys were in the game, I didn't know how to do bigger dents. So I used to drive from Philly to Baltimore. Ryan used to let me sit and shadow him.
And it was so funny because we had this smash quarter panel. The day he came down, I had some terrible stuff.
Yeah.
And we're
Monster
working,
stuff.
and I'm working on this dent, and I'm knocking and beating this stuff around. He's like, hold on. We were here all day. Hold on. Why are you doing that? And I'm like, you got to relieve some of the pressure. But
Yeah.
he's like, I would push through those.
Yeah.
Very next week, he calls me and he goes, thank you.
Huh?
Thank you. And I'm like, for what? He goes, man, you just saved me so much time.
Well, I didn't know what crowns were and stuff
Yeah.
until you started showing me what
Yeah.
crowns. I didn't.
He didn't know what a smile was.
Yeah, I didn't know
and
a smile, crown. I didn't know what any of that was. And he showed me an impact on a quarter panel, and the crown was all the way at the other end by the rear door.
Yeah.
He goes, see that crown? That's holding pressure all the way back here. And I was like, I would have never even thought.
It was like a light bulb went.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was like a light bulb. Yeah. And then now I look for crowns and frowns and smiles and all that stuff before I even start to put the puzzle together.
And you know what's weird is you learn over time. So, like me, when I first started, crowns were there. Ow, beat the crown down first,
Yeah.
and then you get in there.
Mhm.
You're making a shit ton of more mess.
Oh, yeah.
Now
I made
I've
lots of
learned
messes.
push,
Yeah, I push.
and then knock down some, and then push, and
Yep.
then hit those crowns again.
Yeah, I always just see what the metal's going to allow me to
Yeah.
do first, and then obviously if I have to.
I mean, I had a dent last week that I look at him and I'm like, there's a crown somewhere.
Yeah.
But I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
You could just feel when you were pushing.
Right.
We were at your home.
Yeah.
For a barbecue.
Yeah.
And I was showing him this dent and he goes, do you see this crown? I was like, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
And then now I seen it. I was like, now they just stick out. Now
Yeah.
I can see them. I'm like, oh, you got a crown over here. You got
Yeah, you
one
came
over here.
down twice, I think.
Yeah,
two or
yeah,
three
yeah,
times.
yeah. Big
Then we had the
barbecues.
workshops
Yeah,
at
yeah,
Chris's
yeah.
place.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's
Steph,
it's
how are you?
it's cool to have local techs, and granted we're in two different states, but we're close enough.
Yeah.
That you can come down and spend a day
Mhm.
and just try to pick up.
Yeah,
You know, I hired a new tech this year. Well, he started this week,
Mhm.
and there's stuff he's doing. I'm like, okay,
oh yeah,
okay,
yeah.
you know,
I love
Just
picking people's
watching-
brains.
Just
I love
watching
it.
you at one of your accounts for just a couple
Yeah.
hours, I pick up stuff.
Yeah.
I love watching.
That aluminum Ford
which
that
one?
you did here.
Oh,
That
Yeah.
I was like, oh, geez. I was watching you open it back up. I was like, oh, that's
Oh,
another
the blue
thing.
one?
Yeah, the
Oh,
blue
yeah.
one. I was scared. I was like, I'm scared to open up dents. Now I open them up, man. Soften them up and
yeah.
get all them ridges out of there.
Yeah.
No more
I mean,
volcanoes.
you see this back here, aluminum cowl
Yeah.
of a plane.
Airplane.
Mhm.
That's good money.
So but
It's good money.
we look at the industry. We all learn a little bit of something
Yep.
in one way or the other.
Yeah.
You and Steve have taught me so much.
Yeah,
I mean,
Steve's.
Steve will chat with me all day long, over Instagram because
Yeah.
he's in Cali and
Yeah.
I'm over here. And then, I know you're always busy, so you guys are my go-to call.
Yeah.
And then my dad, I talk to him 15 times a day. So
Me too. We're always.
it's nice to, I consider it family.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Oh man,
it's nice
Steve's
to,
hey, but I gotta give this shout out. One shout out. The whole James Lee family, they just treat us like it's just we just I don't even know how to explain it. They just treat me like I'm part of them, man. So I don't know. I can't say enough about
no
that kid.
judgment.
Yeah.
Hey, James.
Hey,
Damn, man.
No judgment out the
Jesus.
gate. They just showed me straight.
You know that.
Oh, as soon, hey, my plane doesn't even land. It's not even landed. You're not even supposed to have your phone on. It's
You
supposed
see
to be in
this guy
airplane
right here?
mode. And he's
I'm
still,
pouring out my heart.
I
telling you.
know. He's a cold-blooded
I
killer.
love
He's
you.
the gun on the
Jesus.
I
face.
love you. Ryan.
Jesus.
I love you.
Wait till you call next time.
No, he's gonna be like,
Send him to
"Push it
voicemail.
on."
I have a special text when he calls. Hey, can I call you back later?
He never calls me.
It,
back.
yeah.
So we were friends. You were still trying to grow and,
Well, I'm
get
still
better.
growing. I still call people all
And
the
then
time.
I remember you saying, my son's moving here. And I'm like, okay. And then you're like, I want him to, can you help me train him? And I'm like, yeah, send him down here. We'll figure it out. Then I see a gun on his face. I'm like, he ain't coming with me.
He ain't coming with me.
But
That's
no,
another story.
he came down.
Hey,
He came down
You gotta
and
that
came
makes
to
a
the
good
workshop.
story. Yep.
And then
That's when I
really
met- that's when I met
all
Dave,
of us. Yeah, Chris.
Chris, you.
yeah,
there
the
was what-
workshop.
Him and I started doing pushing dents
Yeah.
at the same time. Yep.
And then I remember you sending me pictures and stuff of you worked in the garage on a hood for 3 months.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
My dad wouldn't let me push at all. No, don't touch really anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could glue pull.
And one thing I can say, and a lot of people don't understand, and even Shane didn't understand in the beginning, and I understand because my wife worked with the military and I have a bunch of
Yeah.
military. You're I would say job oriented. And what I mean by job, it's your mission.
Mhm.
You go every day, you finish everything you can that day.
Yep.
That every day is a mission for you because that's the way you're.
He
You're
still
trained.
does that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You're working 14, 18 hours a day because that's what's in.
Yeah.
You-
It's
it's all you
ingrained
know.
into me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was in the Army for 8 years. I was infantry 8 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was infantry for 8 years, and I got out. I got blown up in Iraq, and was sitting on disability for about a year. My dad's like, "What are you doing with your life?" I'm like, "I'm just coasting. I ain't doing nothing."
And he was the proudest dude ever.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This
yeah.
dude right here.
Oh yeah. No, my dad.
That's all I heard about.
Yeah. Yeah. He's always stuck by me, and without him and my mom Jill, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. And then obviously the whole PDR family, like people are like, "Man, you're already doing stuff like that in 2 years," and I'm like,
You're driven.
"Yeah."
And that's what I try to explain to all these guys.
Yeah.
If you want to learn how to do this is what I'm trying to say to Shane.
Yeah.
The good thing is you guys are still young.
Yeah.
We're getting old.
Yeah.
Okay. The technology out here. Look at
Yeah.
Shane Roses.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The technology that is out now, the training that is out now,
Yeah.
and the community that we have
Yeah. It's a
is
phone
what's
call.
pushing you guys.
Yeah.
I didn't have that.
Yeah.
He didn't have that in the very beginning.
Yeah.
So, it you guys are very lucky.
Oh no. Yeah. I'm
But
blessed
If
to
you
have
if
what I
you
got,
want to
yeah.
do this, there's a guy in here, Josh,
Yeah.
young guy, been watching the show since day one, met him at MT,
Yeah.
just trying to figure it out. Quit his job, was trying to do it full time. If you want to do this
Yeah.
and you want to be good at it,
Mhm.
it's all in your own personal drive.
Yeah.
You can't teach that.
No. Yeah. You gotta.
It's what you want.
I get up and I grind 7 days a week. If
Yeah.
you want it bad enough, you're gonna do
Yeah.
it. And
Yeah.
the only thing that what I feel that I'm so lucky for, and Tanner as well. I don't really want to speak for him, but I mean,
Explain Tanner's kind of your new.
so yeah,
New edition.
So basically, I took him on because when I first met Tanner, that's a whole another story. I didn't care for Tanner at all. I was like, "Don't talk to me. We're not friends." And he we had our ups and downs, and he was like, "Hey, look, man, I want to be your friend." And I was like, "All right, I'll give you a shot." I was new to the East Coast. I didn't know nobody, and he's like, "Look, I'll drop out of college to
Temple.
yeah." I mean, he's ready, full ride, ready to roll to college, and he's like, "Look, I want to do that." And I was like, "Well, I'm new to this, but the good thing is my dad knows everybody in the industry, and if you want to do it, I feel like we could basically learn together." And throughout all our resources that my dad and you and everybody has helped us, we got to where we're at because of everybody else, you know. I mean, obviously, yeah, we put in the hours. We, you know, we get to work on more cars than the average people. So we see a lot more. But you know, you got to have the drive. You got to have the ambition to want to do it, and day in and day out, no matter what.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sick. I go to work. You know, I don't feel good. I go to work. I got other stuff on my mind. I go to work.
Yeah. And a lot of times that helps.
it does. It's actually
It's almost therapeutic.
It is. I don't start calming down until because I'm a really high strung person.
You?
Oh yeah.
What?
All the time.
What?
Oh yeah.
What?
Dad.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Well, let me tell you what I woke up to this morning.
Oh no.
A concrete truck outside my bedroom window and Keith yelling at the concrete driver.
Well, you see
outside
Keith's
my
nose.
window.
Yeah.
So that's what happened with the concrete
Yeah,
driver.
Yeah, he's been
Yeah.
working. So he actually I flew in to help him out, and he actually had some time off, and he didn't get no time off. He's been
Yeah, I'm
working
building
the whole time.
I'm building a shop right now behind my house so that I can do, you know, my own stuff. As everybody knows, you know, I'm trying to get to certain goals in my life, and you know, I'm trying to do one thing at a time, and I needed this shop. You know, I want to do it so that I can do the occasional retail job. I can work on, you know, I collect motorcycles. Everybody knows that. You know, so I want to work on my own things at home when I have time, which is rarer, but I'll make time, you know, that's how it works. But yeah, so I'm building a big, huge shop behind my house. And
What was your biggest influence on getting you to the next level?
can I answer that question a little bit differently?
Yeah.
So my dad, he pushed me. He's like, listen, I started this business. It's doing great. It's going to only get better. Come over and do this. And I was like, no, I don't want to do it. And I was, you know, I lived on the West Coast my whole life. I lived there 30 years. And all my family's over there. Shout out to all my family who's in here. I love you. You know, and basically I was like, no, I don't want to do it. So him and my mom flew back over for vacation, and he was like, listen, I don't want to sell this business. I don't want to you know, give it away. I don't want to lose it. I want to give you this, and you know, I'll still manage everything, but I want you to take over the East Coast because I have to move. And I was like, so I brushed it off for a whole year, and I was like, I'm not doing it. My family's here. I got everything I need here. And at that time I was afraid of change, you know, like most people, I feel like, they like to just do their daily routine. And that's what I was used to. You know, wake up in the morning, I go to the gym, and you know, at the time I didn't have to work. So long story short, he came over for vacation and was like, look, it's the last time I'm going to ask you, you going to do this or not? And I was like, I'm going to do it. So I sold my house, cars, trucks, everything, jet skis, motorcycles. I mean, everything except for a couple motorcycles, and that was it. And so I got rid of everything and came over here. And he was like, you know, I was really eager because I'm a type of person where let's go, let's get this party rolling. And
I kept telling him.
he was like, no,
just take it easy. We got time. We got time. Can I share this part of this
go
story?
ahead, please take over.
The house was going to go up for sale. I said, look, I got 6 months to train you. It's going to take probably 6 months to train you and 6 months to sell the house. And then another 45 days to close. So he kept saying, Dad, can we push? Can we push? I was like, no, let's just take it easy. Let's go get something to eat. And I kept brushing him off, and he kept bothering me. So finally I go put a dent in the hood. On the hood stand in the garage, and he pushed, and he kept every 5 seconds. I'm trying to watch TVs. Every 5 seconds, he keeps asking me, hey, I'm stuck. I said, just finally I got fed up, said, here, I don't care what you do with the dent. Take the dent out, don't come get me until the dent's finished or you think it's
I
finished.
remember that conversation.
And
Because he called me, he says, "Do you think I should do this?"
uh,
And I was like, "Why not? Why
So-
not?" You know what I mean? I remember the conversation.
Yeah.
He called me like, "You think I should just leave him in the garage with one dent and tell him
Oh,
you're not getting up until
well,
it was a
This dent is
6-inch
done.
crease.
this
no,
thing is
that, you
done?"
did the dents.
Oh, the little dents.
The
yeah.
little dents he
I
got.
did those.
And then I was like, okay, cool. So then I finally got frustrated. I took the end of my hammer and I made a crease in the hood. And then he came out and I wouldn't let him finish it because he got it like 98%. I was like, how did you do that? Because I can't even do a crease. Right. And he said, all right. So long story short, so he can go back to talk or Tanner can talk. I don't want to take up the whole show. I put the for sale sign in the front yard and the house sold in 2 days. There went the 6 months out the door, and I didn't want to lose the business. I was like, oh my God, this kid just sold everything. The house sold 2 days. We're packing up, we're moving.
Yeah.
And it was under the contingency, I guess, that it closed in a certain amount of time too, which was even faster. So I was like, oh my God, what do we
I'm
do?
not yawning at you.
No, what do we got to do? So I had to call somebody I knew and said, hey, can you put him up? He'll have money. He'll have everything he needs. He just needs to go to work every day. And then I put him in my wholesale lot and he got better and better and better. And then pretty soon he went over to the little retail lot and started glass and everything there.
I
And
remember when you came to the workshop
yeah,
and we were just working with you, and I was like, "He'll get it.
yeah,
He'll get it."
Yeah, that's because he was still here though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was still on the East Coast. So I was still like super new and yeah, I didn't know much
You
about
figure,
it.
hey, it was a sink or swim.
Yeah.
It was either going to
Sometimes that's better.
yeah,
I feel like that's
still afloat.
I think self-taught helps.
What?
You know, like if you sit there and take the time and you figure it out yourself. I mean, it's great to have, you guys, you a phone call away, but I feel like if you really want it that bad, you're going to do it. You're going to do it by
It's
any
all in
means
how much
necessary.
drive.
Yeah.
I'm a big drive guy.
Yeah. And that's all
You know
I
what I
do.
mean?
Yeah.
It's the drive is what I tell Shane all the time. You've got to want this. There's
Yeah.
nothing else.
Exactly.
Nothing else you can do for a person. You give them training. You give them guidance. You give them tools. There's nothing else you can
Yep.
do.
Yeah.
You need to want this.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you look at some of these younger guys, and I'm like, you're not even 30. You can make over 100 grand
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
you're 30 years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, that kid.
Come on.
Yeah.
Highest paid 21-year-old I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean-
Tanner. But he does good things with his money.
He does.
Tanner puts all his money away.
Strippers.
Not me.
Oh, you don't even do strippers, man. Yeah.
No, he does.
No, that,
He's
anyway.
strippers.
Yeah. But
Your
they,
mom's
hey,
watching. I'm on.
they took over the business and been flying solo forever. Pretty soon I just said, hey, you know what can I do? There's nothing else I can do.
And like I said when we were talking about family and stuff, you guys have been to my house for a family party.
Oh yeah.
You know,
food. Good
so
people.
that's the type of environment
Yeah.
this industry
Yeah.
is done.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know,
I love everybody in this
yeah.
game.
Yeah. It's a
There's-
good game.
It's
It's-
freaking phenomenal.
You
I've
wanna-
met
you
so
wanna
many
talk?
cool people.
Yeah.
Look at this guy.
No,
See that
Yeah, the
smile.
old silent
Yeah.
treatment.
you
This
can't
guy.
sit there.
He's
Smiling the
tired.
whole time.
Sit
I
there
mean,
and look good.
yeah.
He don't say much. He don't do
So, what
much.
was your biggest influence? You never,
Oh,
you never
yeah.
hit
So
that.
my biggest influence.
If you look at
was-
one thing that you can say, okay, this is what really helped me advance.
Well, so remember I was trying to answer it a little differently. Gentleman named Dent Eagle. Well, his company's name's Dent Eagle.
Raymond
Raymond.
out of
yeah,
Washington.
out of Washington.
Yeah.
Came over. I said, Dad, who can fix a dent on my truck? And he said, call Dent Eagle. He'll come over, and he did it. And did a great job. And he's like, $100. And I gave him 2. And I was like, he did it in the rain. It was the worst day of the year. And so that was one of my influence. I was like, I was so intrigued to do it. I was like, well, I just watched what you did. And my dad does that for a living. And that's what I want to do. And that's when I kind of pulled the trigger and was like, Dad, I'm ready to do this. And he's like, all right, well, soon he said he basically my dad didn't just give me anything.
Besides that,
Yeah.
after you've already been pushing,
Right.
what's helped you get to that next level? Not the beginning,
He's a big Steve Brown
the
fan.
next level.
So where okay, so like that. You, Steve Brown, and Shane. You guys, I mean, obviously Bryce Kelly, but he's, that's Bryce Kelly.
I can't fix that shit.
I can't fix
Right.
that.
I mean,
I don't even want to fix
so
that.
I
stuff. No, that's not true. I
I-
want to fix it.
I set goals for myself, and I do it. At this point, I'm doing it yearly. So in a year, or the next 3 years, I want to be doing stuff that you were doing in 10 years. I want to do that. So that's my goal. You guys are my biggest influence to.
Saying, who's your
get there.
favorite rapper?
Post Malone.
No, not Post Malone. First off, I had face tattoos before they were cool. Let's just get that out.
I had. To
I'm
throw
not
that in
related
there.
to Post Malone. I don't like his music. Actually, I like a couple of his songs, but no. My favorite, it's gonna have to be Dr. Dre, man. I'm from the West Coast, so
That's
old
a good
school
one.
Dr. Dre. Yeah,
That's a good one.
yeah. But my biggest influence, man, is you guys. Is trying, pushing me to get to that next level. And when I post like on my story, I don't know how these things are going to turn out. I don't. I'm still not at the level where I don't know what I'm capable of. So when I post these things on my story, you'll shoot me a text. Hey, glue pull that first.
And I'm already too late.
You are generally because you're busy. I get it. You know what I mean? But hey, glue pull it first. And I'm like, hey, I just started pushing on it. But
He's like, it just popped out.
yeah.
I was like, nothing just pops out.
No, actually, that bottom half popped out pretty good. So it was
James Lee
nice.
said that's your doppelganger.
So my humble, like I want to be more humble. I need to work on being more humble. James Lee's probably one of the most humble dudes that I know, and he's very successful, at least in my eyes. So
He's successful.
He is
I
successful.
want to incorporate him being humble.
I want to get James on the show.
Oh yeah.
James, you got to make time, bro.
Yeah.
We've been talking about this for a year.
Yeah.
He's always like, man, I'm
He's
so busy.
Yeah,
So busy.
He is.
he is.
Calling you right now. I'm calling you out.
Calm
James
down.
Lee.
Yeah,
You got to come on the
Everybody
show.
loves you, James.
I have 5 lights that need minor attention, and I haven't sent them to him because of the fact that I know he's busy.
So you know what? This is how we're doing this. Everybody that's on the show, message James Lee on
Right.
his Facebook Messenger that he needs to go on the Dent Digest.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Him and his wife.
Oh, his wife. Oh,
yeah.
jeez.
Yeah.
Dude, your whole family, Steph.
Oh,
my God, the
man.
family.
Just the whole team. Bring the whole team.
squad. Oh my God, they're
'Cause
just the most phenomenal.
His right-hand
people
man
you'll
is a
ever
rock
meet.
star. I mean,
Yeah.
he wouldn't even know. I didn't even know it. And then I was like fanboyed as soon as he told me who he was. And I was like, dude, I listen to your music. But anyways, yeah. But yeah, you guys are my biggest influence as far as trying to, my dad says I'm better than him, but
Yes.
I don't think I am. Because he does stuff that's still, I'm like, holy crap. So
And it's
You know?
evolving. And that's what I
Yeah.
try to explain. Even with retail customers,
yeah.
how much for this dent? Well, there's so many variables.
Right.
Oh,
So many.
Every dent is different.
Yeah.
Every single.
You could say, I got a dent in F-150. It's the size of a quarter. Okay, it's on the body line. What's that?
Right.
Okay, where is it in the door? Is it all the way in the front of the door?
Right.
A little bit. Their quarter is $50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I love when they say it's a small dent and it's a softball.
oh, my small dents?
Yeah.
Drove down the side of a guardrail. That's what I get.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you
So can I ask you this? I
Yeah.
don't know how you guys do this. People say, send me a picture. So they sent me a picture and I quoted them $300.
Nope.
And when I got there, it was $3,000 and I ripped myself off. Then sometimes I lose a customer because I say $500 and it was a $50 dent. I
Play
can't do it by a picture. So
you give
what
them-
I do,
Multiple pictures.
yeah, but I also, here's what I do. I would like to actually come. I will take time out of my day and come physically look at this dent for you.
Yep.
It's no big deal to me. I will spend the $5 to make $55.
James Lee's saying you did not. You're getting 1,000 messages tomorrow, buddy.
Right.
So you got to come on the show now.
And then if those of you that don't have his phone number, I'll give it to you.
Gio.
Yeah.
You know,
Derek.
another good guy in here, Derek Yost.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let me
Killer.
tell you, this dude,
Phenomenal.
he's
Yeah.
a silent killer.
He
He's
is.
a silent killer. I like Derek.
Yeah. MG did the freaking the Dent Olympics on the truck. That was freaking
Derek.
rowdy.
I love
You're
that.
you're a
kid.
good belly dancer.
We
right
got
here.
to hang out with that kid.
Yep.
That's a good kid.
Yep.
Oh, I love that kid. He's the silent killer.
Yep.
Yes, he's so quiet. I was like, man, you got to say something. You got to say something. You're
Mm-hmm.
making me nervous. And he said, you're doing all the talking for us, Benny. I was like, all right, Derek,
So-
hey, man.
So you know what I do? I don't drive out. It costs you money when you drive out and look at a
It
car.
does. It does.
You give them a quote.
Okay.
Okay. You get multiple angles. I always tell them the most important picture is one stepped away.
Okay.
Then you give them a range.
Mhm.
Okay. It's going to be in between $200 and $300.
Okay.
Okay. Could be a little more. Could be a little less.
Okay.
Right.
I didn't know.
It's
I'm not
fair.
that good yet.
You're being fair
Yeah.
because you're looking at a photo.
Mhm.
It's very difficult. And
Yeah.
then when you get there, you discuss the price. From
Right.
there.
Yeah.
But it is hard.
It is.
It's
It is.
very,
really hard.
very
So
difficult.
I always just,
Dent sorcery.
yeah, dance sorcery. That's a good, yeah.
Tanner, you're quiet.
Yeah.
Tanner, you
Come
gotta
on.
say something.
I've been pushing for a year. These guys brought me on, gave me an amazing opportunity. And I think what helped me learn the most in this year I've been doing it is Keith decided he was going to take a vacation in December for a whole month.
Keith takes a lot of vacations.
And he kind of just left me by myself and was like, all right,
Figured out.
you got to maintain all
That's
this.
how I did it. So
I just hung on by a thread for a month. And when he got back, I'd learned a lot. He was
And you know
pretty
what? Keith had no money because Tanner had to paint a couple cars.
happy.
no, believe it or not. So like I said, he left me and it was like sink or swim. And I'm like, great. Well, I would go down to the little wholesale lot that doesn't pay nothing, but I get paid to at least make it look better. And they didn't give a shit, or excuse my language. They didn't give a crap about how it looked. It really just, hey,
Make it
just
better.
make it look better, and we're gonna pay you for it. So I did that, and I lived down there majority of the time because of the fact that I had to build up confidence, and so basically, that's where I started him out. I was like, look, you want to, because I didn't make it easy for him, because everybody says they want to do dents and they want to make the money and they want to do this and they want to do that, but very few follow through. And Tanner,
It's a dedication.
it's very, and he was like, it's funny because he was like, all right, I'm ready to do this. I will drop out of college. I was like, don't drop out of college yet. He goes, all right, what do I need to do? I go, first you need to get a reliable vehicle. He's driving this he's like 7 foot tall and drives a little Mazda Miata. And I'm like, okay, that's not reliable and it's not going to work for tools. So we got to nix that. So we got him new Explorer, and we went and purchased that. And he says, okay, now what do I need to do? I said, well, now you need to go get a business license, because I'm not going to employ you. So you're going to basically subcontract for us. So we did that for him and got him on that. And then I gave him a list of tools that equaled like 15 grand. And he's like, 15 grand. He came up with it in like, I think a month and a half, 2 months, because he was working, still going to school and doing all that other stuff. So he got a list, and I was like, shit, he actually went and did all this. Now,
Because everybody wants to learn PDR until it's time to learn PDR.
And then so he did it, and then I'm like, okay, well now we got to do this. So I was like, all right, show up at this time, this day, ready to rock and roll with all your stuff, and we're gonna go. And same thing like my dad did. He wouldn't let me touch nothing, and I didn't let him touch nothing. I was like, look, you're not touching nothing. I just need you to watch. And I made him watch for 3 months. And at the time, the biggest dents I was pulling out was maybe, some shallow 5-inch, 6-inch creases, quarters, $half at that time. So nothing big. And then, I was progressing and he was watching, and basically, most of our accounts is a no drill policy. So we battle with that a lot. So, and a lot of our stuff is repaints. So glue pulling.
How old are you and Tanner?
Yeah, how old are you and Tanner?
I'm 32.
I'm 21.
Tanner's
bucks.
21.
Young.
Yep.
Dad's 55.
I'm getting my AARP card over here.
I got mine. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
So after I had him bring me cars, R&I it, teach him, teach him the billing aspect of it, everything. All the stuff that I didn't want to do, essentially, is what I stuck him doing. And I didn't start him out with any kind of crazy money. I started him at Pennsylvania minimum wage. And I wanted to see how long he was going to hold on. And 6 months down the road, he's glue pulling and he's doing this and he's doing that and he's learning and he's learning and he's learning. And, he's a year tech and he's already doing smashes. And,
Yeah.
And it's crazy. I mean, I'm like, him and I, when it comes to pulling out a dent, what's that say?
That's my new guy.
Oh,
Right on. PA.
Yeah.
Dutch tech.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Speaking
So,
Spanglish.
Yes, Spanglish, right? Pennsylvania Dutch. But I mean, I basically was like, look, hey, you're good, and then I was like, hey, by the way, I'm going on a month vacation.
Figure it out.
See,
Figure
Sink
it
or
out.
swim.
Sink or swim.
Here's
And
a
that's our
trash bag
method,
full of
sink or
plugs. Have
swim.
fun at it.
yep. And I said, hey, when you have a day off, technically, I want you down at Jeff's lot. And I want you doing all their wholesale cars for little to nothing. But that's going to get you the experience. You're going to see more dents and more cars, and you're going to put tools to metal, and that's what's going to teach you. And that repetition and the continuous drive and the wake up and the, 7 till 7, minimum, or when they close, or as long as they're going to stay open for you. And he did it.
What do you
And
think, Tanner?
you just gotta stick with it.
Yeah.
Stick it even when times get tough.
Yeah.
I met this kid in Kansas and he wanted to learn how to do it. And his name's Justin. He's a dear friend of mine. And he did really well on the X's and O's and all the little exercises. He pinpointed everything. And he's got a little, I don't know, Scion or whatever the little box cars are.
XP.
No, Soul.
Kia Soul. It's peppered with hail. So I said, here's your test. Take all the dents out of your hood. And he would come over every day and he glassed this hood without any help from me.
I glassed my own car.
I
too.
know, but
Right.
he did it. And
Yeah.
then I couldn't believe it. And then right now, Justin, if you're listening, you shouldn't give up. He's got a good paying job. He works for a BPU, which is electrical company. They provide all the electricity and water and stuff for Kansas. But the kid's just a natural at it, and he could kill it over there. And because I live in the hail capital of the world. And
Chris Brown said, when's albacore time?
oh yeah, Chris is going fishing with us. The Browns are going August. We're going fishing. Anyway, he's just a natural at it. Really smart individual. And then I got a friend of mine, Jimmy McCrary. He wants to learn how to do it too. So because I'm going back, I'm either going back to the West Coast or we're coming back to the I don't know what we got planned, but you know what? He really wants to do it. Everybody sees this, I don't know, little kind of lifestyle. It's not the lifestyle that we live, but the fun we have doing our job. Because if you don't enjoy what you do, it's miserable. I can't punch a clock anymore. I'll never punch a clock knowing what I know now. I'll still do dents till I'm 105 years old. But if you enjoy what you do, you never work a day in your life. And I get to come over here and help these guys out. And I just have a blast, man. I love doing dents. And the last 3 days, I don't know if you guys seen my Instagram or anything, but I've been knocking out some creases that are just, I just normally would say I can't do them. That's collision work. And I just, oh, James Lee, hey, this is the crease killer. I've been smacking down 16, 18-inch creases with this thing. If you don't have one of these, put it in your arsenal.
He's forgetting to tell you that he's using a Stucky light, though.
Yeah, no.
No.
No, I mean, hey, don't get me wrong. I tried a Stucky light just to check out the different vision, but my Limident's all I use, and that's all I know how to use, and that's all I'll ever use, unless James.
I do have to give a little shout out here. Matt Phones is watching.
Oh, I love Matt. Hey, Matt, what's up?
And Matt Phones is the one that referred and gave Dave my information. So I appreciate it, Matt.
Yeah, Matt's good people.
You know,
Yeah.
should be good with Dave, Mr. Dave Jackson.
So yeah, it's just, you know what? If you don't, if you're looking to get in this field, and
It's not easy.
it's not easy.
No.
I remember for every
I got
5,000.
Shane here.
Yeah, for every 5,000 people telling me no, somebody gave me a dent. And you know what? I just kept going, and pretty soon I said, hey, if you're happy with my dent, I don't have a website, I can't afford one. Can you just tell your friends what I do when they get
Word
a
of mouth.
door ding? And you know what? All my whole business is word of mouth. Everybody just says, hey,
Still gets calls.
we get calls. Yeah. Oh, matter of fact, I just turned down 3 calls today. I was too busy. Yeah.
It's hard. It gets overwhelming because I mean we do a lot of volume because we do a lot of wholesale work. So
Yeah. Hence the reason we break your lights, James. Nobody does more cars.
Jay.
Yeah. Jay.
Jay
That's my
Gearhart.
boy.
Love
I
you,
love
brother.
This
Jay.
dude.
Keep rocking.
Dude, he's awesome. That kid can, oh man, great people. I met him through James too. I met so many people through James and you, and just, just everybody, man. That's one thing I love about Mobile Tech Expo is you can go to Mobile Tech Expo and not know anybody. Matter of fact, who's the kid? Ryan
Bunt.
Bunt. I met him.
You know what's great is seeing these young guys.
Yeah.
Not Tanner, because he just smiles.
Yeah, he just smiled.
But
He just
like
sits
Ryan
there.
Bunt, I got out of the car, grabbed my luggage. We weren't even in the hotel. And
Yeah.
he comes up. He's like, Ryan, what's going on? Like the enthusiastic
Yeah.
of
Oh,
the young
yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what helps drive me, or
Yeah.
even new guys. I mean, there's a lot of new guys in here.
Yeah, you guys are my
You know what I
heroes,
mean?
man.
Yeah.
It's awesome to see it,
Yeah.
the evolving.
Oh, it is. And you
You
know
know.
what, man? Everybody's always so cool. When you go to Mobile Tech Expo, it's just like, God, I can't wait to get back there again. I just can't wait to get back. Every
Yeah.
year is
Yeah.
just the funnest thing in the world. Sitting there watching the Dent Olympics. People are like, Dent Olympics? Yeah, well, you got to go.
This year was rough for me.
Yeah, well, you
Working
had
a
to
booth,
work.
dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Not again. Sorry, Mark Blem.
yeah,
It's not happening again.
not happening again. Blame tools.
Get those shut ups.
Yeah,
Shameless plug.
yeah,
I got him. I got the whole set.
yeah,
So I appreciate you guys coming on.
yeah.
Dude.
Well, we had a good time.
Is it
Hey,
already
man.
over?
We've been over for 13 minutes.
Oh shoot!
But
but
Hey,
we're still
everybody.
live.
So,
So
well, thanks for the support, everybody. Matt, Jay,
We love y'all.
James, hey, the whole Lee family. I love you guys and everybody, all our family members, everybody that just wanted to watch us
Babble.
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 Yeah, we babbled.
Really?
Anyway,
Except for
hey,
Tanner.
yeah,
He said
He's got
maybe
my
said
back.
10 words.
He's got my dog bite.
yeah.
Right.
But hey, if you're looking at starting, just don't ever get frustrated. You'll get your niche. Somebody's gonna give you a chance, and then it's gonna grow like a plant. You just got to keep watering it. And
I feel like that's with anything though.
yeah.
If you want it that bad.
It's all on what you want.
Yeah.
It's your own drive.
Yeah. Drive.
You know.
We didn't mean to go over, Ryan. It's
Yeah.
just, we
Sorry
get
for
to-
going over
Yeah.
on the show.
Do you see this face?
I know, but you know what? Hey,
We've
I
gone
really
way
had fun.
over beyond other shows than this.
I really had
Well,
fun.
let's
Good.
keep going, guys.
We could do a 20.
We're
Wait,
getting more views.
wait till the Black Friday show.
Yeah,
But you know, it's nice to see you evolve,
Thank you.
just because I work with him
Yeah.
and watch him evolve, and it's just nice to
Yeah.
yeah, that's good stuff.
watch it growing. You
My
know,
dad,
it's
yeah. My dad's my freaking biggest hero and freaking helps me day in and day out with everything. I still call them. I literally, if you look at my call log, it's 15 calls a day. I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? The majority of it's just calm down, calm down.
It'll be okay.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
It'll be okay. It's just dents in
Life
cars.
always works
But you know what
itself
my
out.
wife says all the time?
It's stressful.
Their cars still drive.
Right.
Oh yeah.
But they'll call. I had a guy today call 5 times in a row. And I'm on the phone with other customers. I pick up the phone. And I was like, are you okay? Are you okay? The guy's like, excuse me? And I was like, is everything okay? You've called me 5 times in a row.
Yeah.
Right.
He goes, well, I got a dent in my. I said, can I call you back?
Right.
Yeah.
He's like, sure.
Yeah.
Right.
But I'm like, you just called me 5 times in a row.
Right.
Yeah.
You've got a
Freaking out.
dent in your car.
Right.
And you know what? I'm so busy I can't fix it right now anyway.
Right.
It's just a dent in the car. The cars still drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you do have the customers that are like, I need it fixed now.
Now.
Yeah.
Now.
My dad had one. Porsche.
Yeah. I'll pay you extra.
Yeah.
I can't.
It's like midnight.
Oh my God. One gentleman. Oh, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna go over.
You're
This guy
fine.
called me, and I got up in my pajamas when I lived in Philly and went and fixed his dent in my pajamas. And I said, it's gonna cost you extra. And he said, I said, I got to be on a plane in the morning to go to Mobile Tech Expo. I'm gonna make this a quick story. He
First
said,
thing,
he's
Benny's stories are not quick.
okay. Well, he said, hey, I just
I'm just kidding.
it was a lawyer. It was a lawyer. He said, I got a big case tomorrow. I just can't sleep any. I need this ding fixed in my Porsche, you know? And I was like, all right. So I go and take it out. And then he goes, where are you going to go on the flight tomorrow? I said, I'm going to the dent convention.
Aunt Misty.
He goes, what's at the dent convention? And I said, the Dent Olympics. I go there every year. He goes, the Dent Olympics. And I said, yeah. He goes, what do you do at the Dent Olympics? I said, we all drink lots of whiskey and laugh about your overpriced education.
Bet you that went well.
Oh, yeah.
And he gave me $150 tip for being in my pajamas.
Yep.
Thanks for having us on the show.
So,
Thanks
you
for
know,
everybody that
it's-
supported us.
It's just cool to watch guys grow.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we
Thank
got
you for.
a ton of guys in
Everyone.
here. You know, even a Mike from Heavenly Hail. I
Oh,
laugh
I love
all
Mike.
day
Mike's
long.
crazy. That
This
kid's
dude-
batshit crazy.
He is
He's fun.
funny as
He
hell.
is. I
Yeah.
like him. He just
So,
don't care.
you
He
know,
goes. He goes there.
You know, I'm super appreciative for you guys coming on.
Yeah.
I'm super
Yeah.
appreciative for the people that watch the show every week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
I was explaining to these guys, I just do it because I enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know, and I got an hour ride home from here.
Yeah.
So do you. You got an
Oh,
hour and
yeah.
20-minute ride home.
Yeah.
So,
2.5 hours.
you know,
Yeah.
it's passion is what it is.
Yeah, it is.
You know.
And now that I've been on this show, it's really fun.
Now you're a movie star.
That's
You
cool.
were so
No,
nervous. It's just
I'm
chill.
still
Like,
We're all
nervous, man.
I'm just-
Well, there's just so many
It's over
people
now,
out
right?
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
No,
that's-
it's not over yet. It's still going.
Yeah.
but you know, it's fun to watch young guys like Ryan Bunt
Oh,
so
Ryan.
enthusiastic
That's a good-
and just,
Yeah, I love that kid.
you know, congratulations to Ray Sapnew. He's coming on next week.
Yeah, Ray's great.
He just got a shop.
Yeah.
So that's exciting for him.
Nice.
You know, there's a lot of moving parts that are going on. But I appreciate you guys coming on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate the guys watching.
Yeah.
Love my family. Thank
Everybody.
you, friends.
Get on there
Yeah.
if you could, like, subscribe. I'd appreciate it.
We would appreciate it.
Yeah.
Don't forget those events. And maybe next week we'll do a giveaway.
Oh.
That'd be sweet.
Maybe we'll do a giveaway. We'll see.
Anyway.
We'll see. We're gonna put Ray Sapnew on the spot, I think.
Have you given these away yet?
I have.
Really?
Really?
That was before you
Uh-huh.
started watching my show. That's all.
Oh man.
I've been watching your show since it started.
The Dent Reaper did. The Dent Reaper did.
Man.
Reaper.
So
Love that kid too. He owes me a banner.
stock up on your 91% alcohol.
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
telling you right now, we went to 3 stores 2 days ago, wiped out.
Yeah.
Shane found Walmart, bought
10 bottles.
15 bottles
it
of it.
15?
So
Yeah.
he got the looks.
He got the look.
So
Can I help you?
I appreciate you guys watching. Hit that like and subscribe. Check us out next week. We're going to do a giveaway. Remember, guys, keep it real. Thanks for watching.